obviously you got some work to do at running back now. You're down a few guys.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the ability to fill those voids and with the guys you've got now, the guys you know you've got coming in, and how much pressure is that going to put maybe on a guy like Bryce and those guys coming in to really step up and be something?
You know, I think the pressure on those guys, they knew that. We went out and signed two. We initially were going to sign one running back. Ended up signing two because we felt the need was there to have a guy to come in and help us right away. We felt like we got both of those guys, Jonathan Lewis and also the Deron Thompson kid out of Kansas from the speed and some of that stuff. And we're not, you know, we still are looking if there's a guy that we feel would be a good player for us. But yeah, but I think right now the guys we have with Bryce, moving Jay, it was a nice trade. We got J.O. and Davon Riddick. J.O.'s doing a nice job, great job in protections, which we felt like that was a big strength last year with us. We had J.O. kind of steps into that mold that he can be a good protection guy, and he can also catch the ball pretty good out of the backfield, and we're just hoping he can be a physical running back when we see him, you know, when we start tackling him in scrimmage. We'll find out. And with Bryce, you know, we really like Bryce. I compare him a lot to Capri from the standpoint of he has the explosion. He's a hard runner, and I just talked to him about getting in and watching film of Capri. Capri's pretty hard to match what he did, but I think he gives us a strong guy. He's a physical runner, and when he hits it, he can go, and that's what I'm hoping we'll see from him. But he's still young in this thing.
The hardest thing for your young running backs, though, is picking up the protection part, is it not?
Yeah.
And how does Bryce sit in terms of protection? Because I don't think Capri was considered.
No,
that would have been.
No, you know, I would say the
great.
one, he could have.
Yeah.
He definitely did, and he did a good job. It just we felt like with Chris and Donnell, they did a better job.
Right.
But I think with Bryce, you're right. I think with Bryce, his thing will be learning the protections. We've proven we can kind of go into this thing and have a pass protector and also have a runner, and we went through last year and pretty successful doing that. I think the pass protection is coming with him, and that's a reps and getting comfortable. At the end, at the middle of practice right there, he missed a couple, and I'm like, oh man. And then you get to the end of this thing, and it was 2 minutes, and I said, just relax, and he just relaxed and checked down and did a really good job. So that's
because Deron and Jonathan could come in, even Jalen from Regis, who's going to walk on, and prove that they're pretty good backs. But how important is it if they can't block that you don't put them on the field because of that?
Pass protection-wise, you know, I think that's where we were pretty pleasantly surprised with Jonathan or Jason Oden with J.O. And J.O. and Eric Williams now. I mean, Eric Williams he's into that do-it-all. I mean, he's a good runner. He's a good pass protector. He can get better. We can all get better on that part of it. But he'll develop and be a solid guy. Who traveled last year, and Eric played in a little bit in some games. He has kind of been that solid number 3 guy that can help us. Trying to develop a 1 and 2, whether it's Eric doing that, whether it's Bryce, and whether it's J.O. and Bryce. So there's some combination in there. I think that in the last couple of years we've always done 2 backs, and I think 2 years ago it was Donnell and Chris. So we had that combination. Last year it was Donnell and Capri. I think this year coming up, I think it's going to be the same thing. J.O. can kind of do what it looks like, and we're hoping could do what Donnell was doing. And then we hope that Bryce can kind of do what Capri. It's hard to say that part of it, but a guy can develop, and we're hoping with Deron, Jonathan Lewis, and Capri, and Bryce and Eric Williams, we'll find a guy that can do that.
Okay. So, how much do you need one of those new running backs to come in and factor in? Because you guys like to have 3 running backs on, or do you feel pretty solid that what you have here can get you through the season?
If we felt good about this, I feel pretty good we have a third guy. That third guy that can fill the void and do that. I think we need to come up with a solid 1-2 punch, and I'm not sure which combination that's going to be right now. But yeah, I'm hoping Bryce is going to get better every day. Eric Williams, J.O. better every day. Hope Deron Thompson comes in, and then we get him in the summer, and they'll start going through watching film on their own and stuff. But Deron and Jonathan Lewis, I think, hoping one of those guys. It's always, you know, when you look at a freshman coming in and all that stuff, but a first-year guy into the program, and even Capri proved that last year. It takes a few games before you start. He didn't start until the 5th game or something. It takes a while before you get the system, and then once you get it, boy, he took off with it.
How much?
And we're hoping that will happen.
So much of what you guys talked about with Capri last year, though, was kind of getting the steps in sync with the O-line and all. Now you've got new backs, new O-line.
Yep.
How hard is it going to be to develop that in time to be successful early in the year?
Yeah, I think hopefully in the spring, you're right. I mean, it does take time, and that's why we're hoping right here with these guys. I mean, from yesterday's film to today's film, 1,000 times better. Just the timing-wise and seeing, and it's even with the quarterback. I mean, the quarterback timing, we're doing some pistol stuff and just getting the timing of hitting the holes and some of that stuff. And those guys, we'll go in and watch film, and for the next practice, we'll be better than them. So hopefully by spring game or the second scrimmage or so, we're really hitting that thing where we're all on the same page. But again, if you're watching today, I bet you're watching film and watching yesterday. It's a oh, okay, good. I think we're starting to get it. We'll be happy.
Yeah.
I think physically, some of the guys up front are young, but man, they're pretty impressive.
The burning question in the spring obviously has to be, who do you replace Tanner Hedstrom with? I mean, obviously.
Well,
that's the key question.
The good news is well, we're hoping Trent Sig is that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Trent has done a great job. Traveled last year. Would have been that guy on the road.
Mm-hmm.
There was a game there. I think it was warm up Trent because Tanner went down with a knee or something early in a game or something. Whatever happened. But Trent we're hoping he is that guy. He's kind of fit into being that guy. The good news is we signed 2 of the tight ends, Christian Montez and Stephen Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Both are long snappers at junior college. So we are actually at this point, if Trent becomes that guy, we are 3 deep at long snapper. And last year we were about 1.5. We were a little scary at times on the road trip when we were